You were in a whorehouse in Korea. I wasn't.
That's true.
I was
Delightfully chaotic and
that
improbably
voice,
wholesome,
nigga.
Kill Tony number 733 felt like someone spun a comedy
when they
playlist,
do slow
hit
motion.
shuffle, and that physical flouncing functions like a recurring gag in a sitcom. It's disruptive, but gives the rest something to riff off of. Schneider's set felt like the clean, practiced uppercut after Rawlings's improvisational jab. One is a pro, one is a thorny instinct, and they complemented each other in a way that made the episode
instinct,
feel
bro.
complete.
God damn.
That's what they saying, nigga.
Yo, you a thorny instinct.
Why you talking? Why you gonna let
You a thorny instinct.
When Charlamagne the God and Donnell Rawlings sat down to react to my Fried Plantain YouTube video about Donnell's Kill Tony appearance, the conversation immediately devolved into something that could only be described as chaos with a side of confusion. Imagine two grown men arguing about whether Thorny Instinct sounds like a Marvel superpower or a failed Luther Vandross demo, while I'm in the background virtually screaming, "It was a compliment, you legends." The central conflict was simple. My review of Kill Tony episode 733 dared to use literary flair. I called Darnell a thorny instinct, praising how his stubborn, unpredictable energy matched perfectly with Rob Schneider's seasoned slapstick. To me, that wasn't an insult. It was like comparing a street brawler with iron fists to a polished boxer. But Charlamagne read it like I had called Donnell a cactus with Wi-Fi problems, and Donnell took it like I was auditioning for a diss track.
But
everybody get a ooh with me.
Well, do better.
No.
You know there's a petition to keep you off Kill Tony?
No, there's not a petition.
Yes, it is.
There's not a petition.
Chris, isn't there a petition? We saw it earlier. They got a full-fledged petition to keep you off Kill Tony. Official petition to ban Donnell Rawlings. Listen, what's the headline say? Official petition to ban Donnell Rawlings
like that. That's
from Kill
old.
Tony
That's
for the
old.
rest of his life.
13 hours ago.
The fuck you be doing on these white people shows that they don't want you there
I thought
ever?
that was 5 years ago. Refresh that shit.
You're not even going on there being woke.
Refresh that shit.
You're not even going on there being a woke liberal, and they don't want you on these shows. What are you doing?
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm being me, son. I'm being me. I do these shows. I did Kill Tony. First off, that audience is a diabolical audience. That audience right there, it don't matter what you do. It's gonna be motherfuckers.
That's not true.
What?
I see. Adrian had him dying laughing yesterday.
You missing the point.
No. And I've seen other comedians and they have them die laughing.
Nigga, I had them dying laughing.
Shit. Let's read some of the comments.
No, watch this episode. Son.
It's 445 comments, yo. Oh, shit. Okay, play this. Rob Schneider destroys Donnell Rawlings on Kill Tony. What the fuck did he do?
Yo, those are trigger. It's working. It's working.
You were in a whorehouse in Korea. I wasn't.
That's true.
Delightfully chaotic and improbably wholesome, Kill Tony number 733 felt like someone spun a comedy playlist, hit shuffle, and the algorithm decided to pair a seasoned sketch slapstick mercenary with a veteran stand-up who keeps one foot on the stage and the other gets around.
You
The
walked out
result
again?
was messy, occasionally cringy, frequently brilliant, and exactly the sort of live comedy weather. That physical flouncing functions like a recurring gag in a sitcom. It's disruptive, but gives the rest something to riff off of, and Rawlings used it to recalibrate the energy. Charlamagne, in his usual instigating mode, pressed Donnell on everything from his motivation for doing white people shows to why he cared what the Kill Tony fan base thought. Donnell, of course, insisted he was just being me, which is both the simplest and most frustrating answer to give Charlamagne, who lives to poke holes in vague statements. This back and forth led to the iconic, repeated phrase, "If you're explaining, you're losing." By the fifth time Charlamagne said it, it started to sound less like advice and more like a fortune cookie written by a divorce lawyer. Rob Schneider, meanwhile, slid into the evening like a guest star who knows all the best beats and isn't shy about stealing a few. The Late Show roast of Rawlings, good-natured, sharp, and relentless, landed repeatedly, and the crowd rewarded it. Schneider's set felt like the clean, practiced uppercut after Rawlings's improvisational jab. One is a pro, one is a thorny Thorny Instinct, and they complemented each other in a way
You a
that made
Thorny
the episode
Instinct,
feel
bro.
complete.
God damn.
That's what they say, nigga.
Yo, you a Thorny
Why
Instinct.
you talking? Why you won't let
You a
say?
Thorny Instinct.
Man, here's the thing.
You know who gets Thorny Instincts? Luther Vandross before he used to write songs, bro. That was a Thorny Instinct.
What's interesting is that my video, the supposed catalyst for this entire argument, wasn't even negative. I argue that Donnell's chaotic annoyance worked because it pushed Rob Schneider into sharp, relentless roast mode, creating one of the funniest, most unpredictable Kill Tony episodes in years. Fans agreed, calling it a fire-ass show and praising Donnell for being annoying in the best possible way. But once Charlamagne repeated Thorny Instinct 10 times in a row, the label went from compliment to curse word faster than Donnell could say, "Son, this isn't good for my mental health."
That your ass like
That was crazy.
Those ass like
you a
that.
Thorny
Like
Instinct?
crazy.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you, the show was dope. Kill Tony's, first off, is one of the best platforms for people to be seen. Yes, Adrian did a minute set, and he killed the set. I was on there as a, first off, return guest after dealing with 4 years of motherfuckers trying to shit on me, talking about somebody ran me off of a show and all that bullshit.
They
It
did.
was all, but they did not.
We watched it.
If you watch that video, the video that went out, and I'm tired of explaining it. but
If you're explaining, you're losing. How many times do I have to tell you this, Donnell? If you're explaining, you're losing, okay? Do you feel like you lost your first Kill Tony episode? Do you feel like this new one was a redemption arc? Let me ask Big Ja. Ja, what do you feel? Do you feel like he lost
killed it, son.
Do you feel like he fucked up the first Kill Tony and redeemed himself this new one?
I wouldn't call it a fuck up. I wouldn't call it a fucked up. And I feel like if you know Donnell's like work and you saw what he did when they premiered, he did an amazing job. There was a
Whoever's
great balance.
watching this podcast right
you
now,
gotta watch it. You
they're
just
already-
really gotta watch it.
They're already
Not
ready
listen
to
it,
use
but-
insufferable.
Like they're ready. They stay ready. Like that
But-
fan base they.
Like they ready to get at him.
Yeah.
But I can see that he's thorny. Why wouldn't you want to get at a thorny person? There's nothing to talk about. Last night, did you redeem yourself? Do you feel good about last night?
This is not good for my mental health, son.
What you mean?
I'm just telling you the truth. If you are an advocate for mental health, right? If you really care about a nigga mental health like you say you do,
I feel great.
like you say, but that's
I
selfish.
feel great. Alex
But
feels great. Chris feels great. Adrian feels great.
But-
Big John feels great.
But you have no concern of my mental health.
Yes, I do.
Then why are you doing this to me?
Doing what?
You're doing things to trigger me, Charlamagne.
Could you go back to all memes matter, Chris? What am I doing to trigger you, Donnell? Come on, stop. You're making things up per usual.
And that brings us to the heavier point. Donnell openly admitted this wasn't great for his mental health. He felt provoked, misunderstood, and cornered by both the Kill Tony fan base and Charlamagne's prodding. Yet at the same time, he thrived in the mess. The stubbornness, the annoyance, the refusal to give in, that's exactly what made the episode legendary. Donnell Rawlings is both his own greatest advocate and his own worst enemy, and that paradox is why he's still a force in comedy. In the end, my fried plantain critique was impartial. Donnell wasn't redeemed because he didn't need redemption. He was just Donnell, thorny instincts and all. Charlamagne might clown him, petitions might float around online, and the Kill Tony audience might throw digital tomatoes, but the truth is undeniable. Donnell made that episode unforgettable. If you're explaining, you're losing. Unless, of course, you're me, explaining on YouTube why Donnell Rawlings is actually a legend.